Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1966 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany. And the second best typewriter of all time, in my opinion, behind the Hermes 3000. And some people do rank this as the number one. And this one has unique font, so stick around to see that reveal when I get to the print section. Olympia is also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. Excellent German engineering and super durable. These are the most durable typewriters of all time, and that's why a lot of times this is ranked as number one. Somehow they made the most durable with the smoothest, just all the best parts that you can get. High quality engineering all around. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm gonna line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And these, they made the best platens as well. So even even though these are 60 years old or so, they still have really nice platens as long as they were kept in their case or whatever. They just the platen quality on the SM9 Olympias were top notch. All right, so we're gonna line that up with the edge of the platen. This is your left margin. I'm gonna set that on 0 and the right one around 80. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, which skips 2 half spaces. When you have it in the middle, it skips 3 half spaces. And when you have it on this double space, it skips 4 half spaces. We're just going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle on the white indicator, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. This has a light touch compared to the SM3 and 4, which are also excellent machines. But this is the newer SM model. And here we go. We have script number 69, cursive script typeface, beautiful font. And this is different than your typical script font for typewriters. It's shorter, and as far as vertical, and it's a little bit sloppier, so it looks more like handwriting versus the more elegant typical script that you get. So this is, and this seems to be more rare. You don't see these that often. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward. It unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier. Load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Gonna flip this down for now. Put the color back on black. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to type past that all the way to the end. Very good. To the left of that is your touch control. Minus is low touch control, plus is high touch control. It just increases the tension when you hit the keys, so you do have to hit the keys a little bit harder for them to print, but they respond faster. Now this has a naturally light touch, so you might want to play with that. The gauge, if you want a little bit firmer of a touch. Above that is the carriage lock. You flip that up and it move the carriage to the middle. It locks the carriage in the middle and it also blocks the keys. To unlock it, just flip that key down. So some of the newer SM9s moved the tab set from the key from the space bar here to the side here. So if you have a newer Olympia, then the tab set and clear will be on the touch control area, and then the touch control gets moved to the inside on those models. But here we have the clear and set on the keyboard, and right now we have tab set on 10 space intervals. So tab button is on the top right, so it just stops at 10 space intervals. And if we want to just go ahead and clear all the currently set tabs, we just flip this switch to the front, and that clears all the tabs. So now we don't have any. This does have a pretty good tab break, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle on all my typewriters, so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So on the right side of the space bar, you just hit that set button, and it stops at that spot. And if you have your tab set and clear on this left side, then it's up to clear down, or up to set down to clear. And if you just want to clear that one tab that you set, then you just hit that clear button, and that just clears one that you're at. But I'm going to reset that. Instead of clearing all on the right, that one just clears one tab at a time. And the difference between the SM8 and the SM9 is the SM8 is basically the same exact machine, except for this, the tab is manual set on the back, so it doesn't have tab sets on the keyboard, and you only have like 10 tabs on the back here. So if you have tabs on the back, then you have an SM8. If you have tab set either here or here, then you have an SM9. And also the SM8 doesn't have that switchblade paper release, and it doesn't have an option for a left carriage release, and that's what the Deluxe gets you, is that left carriage release. All right, backspace on the right side, very smooth. Let's open the hood. It opens like a car hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling clockwise to the right if you want to switch that direction manually. The side you want it to go to, you just flip the ribbon guide towards the middle on either side, and that just swaps it to the side you want it to go to. And that's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is a little metal piece at the end. It'll catch on that and swap the direction automatically, so you don't have to go in there and do that every time. And if you don't have an eyelet and it's not catching, a lot of times you can get away with just tying a knot and it'll catch on that. And the newer versions have the reverse behind the ribbon here, and you just thread it through that, and once it gets to the eyelet, it'll pull on that little, it's like a little lever, so that they changed that too on the newer versions of the SM8 and 9. Carriage release on both sides on the Deluxe version, smooth as butter. The Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. And this is your switchblade, very cool. Carriage release on the left side because of Deluxe, and if you pull the knob and turn the platen knob here, it disables the spacing, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space, and the same concept if you move the line space selector all the way back to the dot there, there's a dot, disables the spacing, you move it forward, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on brooksawantiques.com or eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.